Hey guys, and welcome back. Tonight is match day. Huge game of football for both teams. It does not get any bigger than this one. Newcastle and Brighton are two teams at the start of the season. I think everyone in the Premier League, including Newcastle and Brighton fans, would have said that if you had taught me on match week 36 that Newcastle are currently in contention to get top 4 football and Brighton with a game in hand are chasing into the top 6, I mean, everyone would just call you a liar because nobody predicted this. The fact that both teams are now in this area has been a phenomenal season, and tonight is going to be a real tester for both teams. Somebody is going to be in big trouble after this game. It's either going to be Newcastle if we do not win the match, or Brighton if they are unable to walk away with the 3 points. So we'll see over the test of time how things go. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. Of course, I watched the Arsenal game last week at Brighton. I'm so impressed by them, the attacking mind of football, the high intensity, the fact they're just able to pick away at teams. It's going to be, an interesting one because Newcastle won the last couple of matches as well. Arsenal, I thought, were somewhat unlucky. Leeds weren't great, but it's one of them ones where confidence is a bit low. I think Sean Longstaff still out of the squad. He's been a huge miss, so there's going to be a case that Newcastle, we've got to be ready for the next 2 matches. If we do not get 6 points against Brighton and Leicester, personally for me, I don't think we'll do it. We can't rely on that Chelsea game, because I think last game of the season, we've got to be able to go in that Chelsea game just relaxing. If we go in that game under pressure, you're really nervous about finishing 4th or 5th in the table. I don't think we'll beat them. So it's going to be a case now where we have to be ready for the next 2 matches. Newcastle, let's get on that pitch now, let's take it to them, and let's get those 3 points. Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Hi, it's Peter.
Hi, it's Charlie. We're from Charlie Talks Football.
It's great to see you both doing the channel together. Father and son, not too many YouTube channels I've seen Newcastle win from that, so make sure you go subscribe. But hopefully today it's a positive result. But as for that match today, Brighton at home, huge game of football. How are we looking at this game today?
What do you think, Charlie?
So, I think, to be honest, it's going to be a close game because obviously Brighton did really well in the last game because they beat Arsenal 3-0. But overall, I think Newcastle are going to win 2-1. Hopefully Trippier can score because he hasn't scored in a while, and Isaac as well. So
I think it's going to be a really difficult game. Brighton technically a really good team. Caicedo and McAllister, Mitoma, outstanding players who we might be interested in. I'm going to go 2-1 as well, but I think Wilson and Isaac will score, and I think McAllister will score for Brighton. But vitally important we get this win tonight, and it sets up for Monday night against Leicester.
So let's be a bit negative for a second. So let's say Newcastle either lose or draw the game tonight. Do you still think we can get top 4 football?
well, yeah, because there's always a chance, but I think certainly if we lose it will make it a lot harder to get top 4, but I think we are guaranteed European football.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, it's going to be challenging because we'll have to beat Leicester, who's fighting for relegation, then go to Chelsea, who haven't been doing great, but fingers crossed we can get it over the line. I think we'll do it.
Mason, then what are we thinking for the score today?
I'm thinking about 3-1.
3-1. Any goal scorers in mind?
Alexander Isaac.
Are you going to back Isaac 1 goal, or are you going to go for more?
I can see Isaac scoring 2. Is Callum Wilson on? I think it's, yeah.
Well, we'll probably start both of them together again, I think, regardless of what fans think.
I can see Jordan scored. So
my name's John. My name's Oliver.
And what are we going to say for the score tonight?
I'm going to say 3-1. I'm saying 2-1.
3-1 and 2-1. Got any goal scorers in mind?
Isaac, Brace and Shaw Header.
Okay.
I'm saying Isaac, just Brace.
Isaac Brace, Isaac goal scorers tonight. Well, I sure hope so. Cheers, lads, anyway.
Cheers, lad.
My name's Joe, but I'm also known as Pasty Guy, and I'm a regular on the Magpie channel after matches.
And how are we going to go into this Brighton match today? Do you think Newcastle can get the 3 points?
I think we'll get the 3 points, but as we know, we never make. I think we've followed this club long enough to know that we don't make things easy for ourselves. I think it's going to be a scrappy 1-0 win.
What do you think? No, a lot of Newcastle fans will still up, be fair, but for me though, I think this negative mindset we've had, it's when we might actually now we can be positive now. No matter what happens this season, I know we might be disappointed if Newcastle were unable to get Champions League. We've still got European football next season. I mean, with this Brighton match, it's a tricky one though, because I've been thinking about it all day. And Brighton seem to be a bit of an on and off team, despite the fact of how good they are against the top oppositions. It's such an attacking-minded, aggressive team of high intensity. I just think Newcastle, we play composed football. I think we can pick them off. And that's how I personally see it. But let's say, the unfortunate fact, let's say if Newcastle do not beat Brighton tonight, do you still think we can get top 4 football?
Well, we're making it very tight for ourselves,
yes.
And we cannot. I mean, I think Liverpool, Man United. I think they'll have, I think they've got tough fixtures on Saturday against Villa and Bournemouth, respectively. But let's be honest, we cannot rely on other teams to slip up with.
No, I can't.
But I think for me, we've got to win tonight. If we win tonight, we're pretty much there. And I think Monday against Leicester's a banker.
Well, sure. So anyway, we appreciate you. I'm sure I'll see you after the match over at Leicester.
Alright, see you then.
Alright guys, once again we are joined by Jack, also known as JJ Charlton, a regular on the channel now, so we're going to get used to seeing you. Got to quickly stand one step in front so we don't get stamped by the police horses. Yep. But what are we thinking for that Brighton match tonight? I mean, it's a huge game of football for both teams, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really nervous, mate, but obviously you spoke fair about it. I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle. There's just something about it today. Like I'm really confident. Obviously, I came a long way like usual. There's just something in the air tonight. I'm feeling really confident about it.
I think it's fair to say I've been so impressed by Brighton this season. I'm sure you're thinking the same. The fact that they've got 4 games left in the season now. I fancy we get to the top 6, and you would have said at the start of the season, especially after losing Graham Potter, so just a few matches in there. I can't believe how well they've been. I think Newcastle and Brighton are probably 2 teams. You look at the start of the season, I think people are completely shocked with the fact that match week 36, both of them have got. I mean, Newcastle's guaranteed already, but both teams you expect to be playing European football next season. Yeah,
they've just been fantastic. For me, it was like, you look at the Arsenal game the other week when they won 3-0, they kind of intimidate me in a way because they play such an open, expansive game, but like, they'll give you chances. Come on, son. But yeah, like they're such a good team, like in possession, and obviously they keep it really well. They have some great ballers like McAllister, Caicedo. So it'll be a really difficult game for us tonight. But like I said, mate, I'm confident. I just got a feeling. Yeah, go on, son. You got to back at home for, mate. Like we've only lost 4 times in the last 15 months at home. Like you got to back us.
That one question we're asking a few Newcastle fans, like a bit of a negative question, but let's say, unfortunately, Newcastle do not win this game tonight. Do you think we would get top 4 football? Or do you think this is one we need?
That's such a good question, but like, if say we got a point tonight and we beat Leicester, I feel like 4 points from those 2 games is okay. But like, if we were to lose tonight, it's just like it'll go down to the final day, won't it? We'll all be like really scared about it, and like, yeah, I just hope we win, mate. Honestly, I really hope we win, to be honest.
Yeah, me too, mate. But I appreciate that anyway. Thank you so much.
All good, man. All good.
Joseph.
And Joshua, is it? So what are we going to say for the Brighton score tonight?
2-1 Newcastle. Isaac and Wilson.
Aye.
2-0 and Wilson and
Andy or something like that.
I sure hope so. Enjoy it, lad. Full time, Newcastle United 4, Brighton 1. I've actually waited until the next morning to get this part of the video done. I've had a chance now to reflect on the game. I've slept it over and I've just been soaking it all in because Newcastle are now 1 win away from Champions League football, and that's including the fact that Liverpool had to win both games as well. Who knows, they might drop points to Aston Villa at the weekend, especially with Klopp being banned from the touchline. I might go against them, so we'll have to see how they do. But I mean, it's always been up to Newcastle this season. We've done the hard work early on in this season. It's always been a case that if Newcastle won top 4 football, we just have to do our job. It's not about worrying about someone else. It's always been us in control. So now against Leicester on Monday, a team that is 19th in the table, I watched them against Liverpool earlier in the week. They've got no fighting in whatsoever. I think even if they win both games, I still fancy them to go down. I think it's completely out of their hands now because a team like Everton probably is going to beat the likes of Wolves or Bournemouth, and it puts Leicester in the mud. I just don't see them surviving, and I've got to say, I think it's deserved. I think they've been rubbish this season, so it's up to Newcastle now. Nighttime game, war flags, everyone at St James's Park. We are just rearing to go, we're ready to go, we can't wait to get on that pitch, and we just can't wait to see that team play. And all we have to do is just be professional about it. Don't go on there taking the piss, assuming that we've already won the match. We've got to go on there, professional, do our job, and we'll get it done. I don't think we need the Chelsea game. I think we'll get it done against Leicester, and that's thanks to the unbelievable job we did last night. I just can't believe how dominant we were against Brighton. I think Brighton, especially as well, have been a team that likes the pressure, a team that likes playing out from the back. Newcastle, we didn't let them have anything that game. We put so much pressure on them, and they panicked. They struggled. They couldn't get anything going in that first half. It was only in the second half once they scored, which, to be fair, was just one good ball out of nowhere. They've got to go for it, and then they started to come into the game more. But Newcastle, we just didn't let them have anything in it. It's an incredible to see. I'm so impressed by Brighton as well this season. That was a team yesterday. I came to St James's Park, played with injuries going into the match. They got 4 games in the next 10 days, and even when they had a bad match there, they still applied pressure in that second half. I was still crapping it in my seat. I was terrified. I can't remember the last time I was that worried in a game. Probably the cup final before we conceded the first goal, I would say. But I never really felt that anxious at a game before, because I thought Brighton, I fancied them to get back into the game. So Newcastle, we held on, we picked them off at the end. Callum Wilson, that's his 18th goal this season. That's an unbelievable return from somebody that has been deemed as an old, injury-prone striker that is past his prime. He's been class all season long. It's the best I've ever seen him play. And the other players as well. I feel the fullbacks were brilliant. I know Dan Burns, probably a player, gets a lot of criticism from the fan base, but I thought he had a great game. Of course, scored the second goal. Was unlucky not to score before that, to be fair. And I think he's somebody that you wouldn't have ever said would be in contention for Champions League football. So the fact we're going to see the likes of Byrne, Murphy, Longstaff players at the start of the season, I think fans would have completely ruled out ever been in any position like this. And it's just due to how good they've been, due to how well Eddie Howe's got the best out of these players, and just due to us collectively as a squad being united. We all have one goal and one plan, and going forward we can do that. And to be in this area now where Newcastle, we've done the hard work. We just had to see through Leicester, and we're in the Champions League after your full first season since the takeover. What? I just can't believe I'm sitting here. This is actually reality. It's not me being deluded. It's not me, playing FIFA or Football Manager. This is me actually sitting here telling you on paper Newcastle will get Champions League football. On paper, it will happen. And that's just mental. Like, what? I can't still fathom in my head. It's unbelievable being in this area. I'm so proud of the team. I'm so impressed by the team. And it's great to sit here now soaking this glorious sun, this beautiful day, and just know that I'm supporting a football team that is going to be getting better and better and better. And I can't wait to be in these holidays next season, America in the summer. I can't wait afterwards. I think there's going to be other things going on in the summer as well, Gardeners Football Club, and then we've got European football. I can't wait to see it happen. I just can't wait to be at all these different places, support the team I love. And it's going to be the same with you guys as well watching this video, so it's an incredible time. I'm so proud to be a Newcastle fan. It took us such a long time under the previous ownership. I was just so deflated, depressed watching the team every single week. I was going nowhere. It was demoralising going to these matches knowing that 90% of the time you're going to lose these away games. So the fact that we're in this almost this bubble now, that Newcastle, we can just go to any opposition team in world football. I can honestly sit here now and say any team in world football, we can go there and give it a go. And I'm just shocked. I can't get it through me. So yeah, it's an unbelievable time for sure. But I'm gonna start daydreaming a bit now. I'm gonna wrap things up. But it's been class. I can't wait to the game on Monday. I can't wait to see how we kick on. It's up to us now to get the job done. If we don't get it done, we won't have ourselves to blame. But I think we will now. That Brighton game was the one we needed the most. And now we've got the second home game against Leicester. Let's get it done in front of the home fans. We can have the lap of honour, Eddie Howe, all these players, your ownership, soaking in the atmosphere after securing Champions League football. And hopefully I saw we get the Champions League anthem playing at St James's Park after full time. Imagine that. It's incredible. So I'm going to be along for the ride on Monday. I can't wait to see you guys there. Take care. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you all in the next one.